Angie.
Good morning, everybody.
Michelle.
Marie Mack says she's muted. Everybody's unmuted, Marie. Check your volume on your computer or desktop. Are you on a phone or a laptop or desktop, Marie? Good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me and see me? How's everybody's sound?
Yes, I can hear you. See you.
Okay. Maria is saying that she's muted. She's having trouble. Okay. Welcome to another training, Dispatcher 101. Does anyone have any questions about their carrier or trying to find a load or anything like that before we get started?
Hey, yeah, I got a carrier I'm looking for a load for, Charles.
So, Sean?
Yeah. But right now it's looking real shaky right now. I know it's Friday, everybody trying to get home and they ain't really putting nothing out there.
Hold on one second. Okay. So you had a carrier you're looking for a load for.
Yeah.
What equipment type? Let me write some stuff down while I'm doing that.
You got a 53-foot reefer.
53-foot reefer?
Yeah. Actually, that search right there at the top is mine. That's from when I was looking at it.
That's you, Charlotte?
Yeah. Charlotte to ATL.
So he wanted to go from Charlotte to Atlanta?
Yeah. Trying to get back home for the weekend.
Okay, okay. So why is it not opening up here?
I don't know. I think when somebody else is in there, it does that.
Okay, so there we go. I just went out here and refreshed the screen, so.
Okay. Black Mountain. They must have just reposted that one.
Okay, let's see. So we got. So Charlotte to Atlanta is not that far. Somebody's because this normally don't happen, so I'm gonna have to change some restrictions on this load board. Okay, so
yeah, because it's
so Charlotte to we got one from Black Mountain, North Carolina to Athens, Georgia, which is Black Mountain's 88 miles from Charlotte. But is it going? So the question is it going in the direction of where you?
Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's look at that. Black Mountain, North Carolina, Charlotte. So.
I ain't never even heard of Black Mountain, North Carolina.
Yeah, but that's what you would do. You know, you want to make sure it's going in the direction of, and it's actually going west of there. So 88 miles. So is it worth? It's $700 for 172 miles, which is not bad for the reefer. So then the next question becomes, well, how many stops is it? Is it a 1-and-1? Is it a 2-pick? That's $4.07 a mile. So that'll be worth that 88-mile deadhead for a quick 700 while you're going down to the house. But actually, look, it's going west, and then you can hit south to Atlanta. So
Straight shot.
yeah. So I mean that could be a consideration. You know, 88 miles west, and then hit on down to Atlanta. So. Did you try contacting this? Let's open this up real quick and see.
No, that one just came back up. There was another one I was looking at.
Oh, look, it's gone. When you see this, when you open up a load and you see, oops, it's no longer posted, that means it's gone. So let's refresh this. They just ain't take it down yet. So let's refresh it a little bit, see what's going on. See, it's still up there, right? But it's when you open it up to try to get the details. Marie says she can't hear me. I don't know why. Yeah, sign off and sign back in, Marie. Okay, so we open it up. It's going to say, oops, it's gone or something like that. Yeah, see, that one's gone then.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the next one here. This one's going to Atlanta from Duncan, South Carolina. So that's definitely south. So that's headed in a direction because of course North Carolina is above South Carolina, so it's heading south. So it's 172 miles. Still 172 miles. Let's open it up. We know it's going south. So let me do something real quick. So now it's probably the same day. It's picking up today, delivering today. It's still early, so 172 miles. That of course that can be done in one day. 11,000 pounds, which is very light for a reefer. Yeah. It's a reefer or van, VR reefer or van. So you might want to end this. But hey, check it out though. Check it out. Let's check out who. Like the movie Jaws.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to, let's call them for shits and giggles. Let's see what's going on. What's your guys? Is he under a dispatch agreement with you?
Yeah, and I just signed him up this morning.
Okay, you want me to call him for you real quick just to get some information? We ain't gonna book the law, but we'll say
Yeah. Just check it out, yeah.
Okay, so what's his MC number? He has a reefer, right?
Yeah, 53 foot, yeah.
Okay.
So his number's 078026.
Okay, and what's the name of his they're gonna tell me, but I want to sound like I know it already.
Yeah, KG.
What's the name of it?
KG Daryl Transport.
Can you type it in the chat right here?
Yeah.
While you doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and call TQL, see what kind of bullshit they're gonna tell us. So for those who are, calling Dawood. Yeah. Okay, so it must be Muslim or Islam. Oh, Dawood, KG Dawood Transport. Okay, that's all I need. I'm not gonna book the load. I'm just gonna get the details and see what's going on with it. Because if you look at the load board here, the details, there's not enough information. It's just Duncan, South Carolina to Atlanta today. But it's 11,000 pounds, 53 foot. But how many stops is it? What's the pickup delivery? What's the delivery? The times pickup, times of delivery. I know it's same day. Is it a 24-hour receiver, shipper, receiver, things like that? So let me give TQL a screen right quick.
Quality Logistics. Your call may be recorded or monitored for quality assurance. If you're calling regarding a posting and have a post ID, press 8.
Post ID.
If you know your party's extension, please dial it now. If you're a driver,
and I might say, hey,
if you're
Chris.
calling regarding an active posting, please enter your
Right.
6-digit ID now.
I'm like, hey, Chris. I mean, get you
Please
out.
press pound.
I'm gonna do that. Let me see.
Greg, hey, Joe.
Hey, is it Greg? Hey, I got a reefer load you guys posted today going from Duncan, South Carolina to Atlanta, Georgia. Is that still available?
Yeah, man. Sorry, man. We already got it covered.
Okay, it's on Internet Truck Stop. So if you guys want to take it down, so nobody else won't call you.
Yeah. I took it down a few minutes ago.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Let me take this real quick. Okay, so let's refresh that and see, because he said he took it down, and he did actually. It's gone. So this next one here is a Pepsi load. Let's open this one up again because it's still there. They just haven't taken it down yet. It's still going to say, "Oops." Yeah, see, that one's there. Marie Matt, can you hear me now? Type into the chat that you can hear me. Marie. So, okay, so with that one, Tashawn, let's see. So this one here, 44,000. What's the weight? What's your guy's weight limit?
He want to keep it around 43K, but you know what I'm saying, he want to go over for the right price.
Okay. Okay, so just out of curiosity, just take a look at Pepsi's one real quick. It's South Carolina down to. So wait a minute, this might be off because this is a closer. Okay, that's because it took it out of the way. But still, 172 and 330, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Let's call him real quick. So Marie was asking how did we get here? When you get a carrier under a dispatcher agreement, an agreement between the dispatcher and the carrier, then you're going to go look for loads for that carrier. One of the resources that Dispatcher One-on-One has for you available in the back office once you decide to enroll, if you decide to enroll, is their load boards back here. And one of those load boards is 123 load. I mean, not 123 load board, but Internet Truck Stop. So this is a load board. This is where brokers and shippers post their loads as available for sale for companies, truck drivers, owner-operators, and trucking companies to come in try to book those loads. So we are looking for a load out of Charlotte heading to the Atlanta area for one of my members, Tashawn's reefer carrier. So this one here, when you continuously click on it, that one's gone, but this one here, we're going to get load details about that one. So Marie is saying that her phone is in and out.
Is she on the app? Or she do the internet?
Yeah, Marie, are you on the? So you're on the phone. You're not on a computer. Let me put it on here.
No, what I'm saying is
gotta,
even on your phone, you can still use the app or the internet.
Correct.
Because if she on her phone, you're saying she should get the app, and the app will work better.
Right. No, she said she's on a computer, but she says her phone. She said my phone is cutting in and out. I'm not on the phone. I'm using the mic on my computer. Because Tashawn, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay. So let's call. So this load here picks up at 3, delivers tomorrow, which is Saturday at 8 a.m., which is not bad. He got plenty of time, whoever takes it, no matter what hours he got left on his clock. So they want you to email them, apparently. Here's an office number, but then you have to send an email directly to shay.mcdonald@pepsico.com. But let's call this number and see if we can ask for Shay McDonald, be directed to her, and then see where we go from there. 4669. So we can.
Hello, and thank you for calling the Pepsi Logistics Company Incorporated. Your call may be recorded for quality purposes. Please listen carefully as our menu has changed. If you know your party's 4-digit extension, you may dial it at any time. If you are a carrier, press 1 to check payment status on it. If you are a carrier calling to book a load, press 1. If you are a drunk.
Okay.
Thank you for continuing to hold.
Negative.
Yeah.
So let's go to another source and see if we can see another load for your guy, Tashar. In the meantime, let me see how many guests we got on here. If you are a guest that's logged in right now, just type guests in the chat so I'll know how many guests there are, so I can know how to address you guys when I'm explaining things. But everyone else, members and people who are not members but log in every time to the training, welcome. Let me log in real quick for Tayshawn's guy and check out a load. Let's see, search load. Now I'm using the broker level. Hey, Marie. Yeah, Marie, I think you were the one that sent me a site membership. Jamie sent me a site membership request. You can only get site membership to access the back office once you enroll into the platform. That's a members only area. Let me show you. Yeah, this is a members only area. Once you enroll in Dispatcher 101 training for beginners, which is right here, however you enroll, whatever pricing point you come under, then the other areas like carrier searches, load boards, forms and documents, the glossary or workflow of dispatching 101 ebook explained, all the training videos, you'll have access to that once you enroll. Once you do enroll, then you log in or sign up for membership. It sends me an alert like you guys did, and I approve you. But I can't approve you until you enroll. Jamie said, all I have is the call and info. And yes, you did the spot training for me last time. Yeah. I do spot training three times a week, Marie. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's recorded. So Jamie wants the website to enroll. Let me give you that here right now. It is this here, and you enroll. I'm assuming you're enrolling as a single member, so it'll be $249, the one-time payment. Jamie, I'm assuming. So let me put that there for you. And I'll put it in your private as well. So, and just in case Marie, I don't know if she wants to decide today, but if not, at least she'll have it there. Okay, so you can stay, Jamie. You can stay in the training. You can stay in this training. I invite guests to stay in the training, so you can stay in the training and enroll afterwards if you like, just to get an idea of what we do. So But back to, let's see, a reefer load. And yeah, I'm not saying that you can't attend, because I extend trainings to guests as well as members, but to have access to the tools and resources for you to book loads and do things like that in Dispatcher One-on-One's platform, you have to enroll to get access to that, because it wouldn't be fair to the paying members, you know. So, and that just makes sense. So, but you can tune into the trainings all you want as a guest, but when you want to access these things that we use to book loads, you're not going to be able to unless you enroll. So, and that's all. Okay, Charlotte, North Carolina, let's look at that real quick for you. Atlanta, Georgia. And for those who are following, this is another, for guests and beginner level members, this is another load board. It's called DAT. DAT is an acronym, D-A-T. It stands for Dial a Truck. Let's see. Tayshawn, you said 53 foot and his weight limit was 42, you said?
43 and 53 foot, yeah.
Okay, gotcha, 43. All right. Let's see what's going on. Now we got 20 results. Yes. Let's see, this is the same site I need to enroll through. I'm a member of RBBS. Okay, so if you are a member of RBBS, Marie, of course, I'll confirm that, but if you say you're a member, I'll take your word for it. Then your price is going to be $149 when you decide to enroll right here. National Dispatchers, if you can see my screen, National Dispatchers Networks discount.
What's the difference?
So if you're a member of the RBBS National Dispatchers Network, you enroll at $149. Otherwise, you're enrolling at $249. So that would be probably Jamie. All right. So let's go back here for Tayshawn. So we got 20 results, 2 similar results, and then 2 exact matches, and then 18 similar ones. So I'll put the rates in order. So the 2 up here that the exact, you got exact matches, 2 exact matches exactly close to your origin and destination, and then you have some similar ones which are higher dollar values, but they're going a ways away. Like, well, this one is 36 miles, Marshall, North Carolina, which is close to Charlotte, 36 miles. But it's going to Alabama, which is 257 miles away from the Atlanta. So this one here, so these are the DHO, deadhead origin, DHD, deadhead destination. Origin, destination. So let's open this up, 169 miles. Either extension 726 or 732. Did we try this one? We tried this Black Mountain one. They said it was already gone because it's posted on DAT. And this is okay. This is Truck Stop. So they said it's gone up. So they haven't taken it down from Internet Truck Stop or DAT because it's still on DAT as well, and it's up there twice. So. And then these down here are kind of a ways off. They're off the numbers. So we'll keep looking, Tayshawn. Okay?
So, what'd you say?
I said we'll keep looking.
Yeah, I'm shopping around too, but he might have to try to get something tomorrow.
Well, Saturday, yeah. If there is a Saturday pickups, those are hard to come by. Let's do one more. Let's do 1, 2, 3 because we got access to that too. You got somebody in the background in your spot, Tayshawn?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you real quick.
Okay, so Charlotte. And what we're doing, we're basically navigating load boards in search of loads for our agreed upon carrier. And this is the process that a dispatcher does all the time to find loads for your carrier. Now you may come up to a point where you get to a place where you have a steady loads or dedicated lanes for your carriers, and you wouldn't have to look at load boards as much, or brokers will call you a lot more. So Charlotte to Atlanta, and this is another load board. This is called 123 load board. So reefer, pick up today. So there's nothing there. Let's edit the radius 200 just to see if we get anything. And there's nothing there. So he would have to continue to look for that one. Okay, now what was I looking at? So does anyone have questions about their carriers, about the process? Let me open up the process again. Someone called me yesterday asking about the carrier packet. I think it was Alfredo. Is Alfredo on this call? Alfredo? Okay, here we go. Open up a carrier packet. I could have sworn I saw Alfredo. Alfredo, can you unmute yourself, please? I think that was you that was asking about that. And if not, I'll go ahead and move on to our process. The process for beginning independent dispatchers is first you have to you can't be an independent dispatcher unless you have a carrier under a dispatcher agreement. So let's look at that here. Let me look at right there. This is one of my carriers. You guys get to hear this. Smooth.
Yo, did you, what's good with you, bro?
What's going on?
Hey, did you see what the rate's looking at? This dude trying to give me
56 for where?
For that California up to Maine that he says.
Okay, let me look at something. What city in California? What city?
Oh, shit. I'm going to have to relook at it. Hold on. I'm going to have to pull it up right quick. Sacramento. Well, it ends in Sacramento. Yeah, I believe.
So you're gonna be empty in Sacramento, and you want to go up to Maine.
I'm going up to the East Coast.
Right. So let me. I'm gonna see what's going on.
I can barely hear you.
What city in Maine? Like Portland, Maine, or just anywhere in Maine?
He's saying I don't know because I haven't got the thing on it yet.
Okay, so I'm just putting in something in right now to give you an idea.
A rough estimate, right?
Yeah, rough estimate for a reefer picking up in Sacramento, going to, let's say, Portland, Maine. That's 3,115 miles, right?
Okay.
And the range that I have is between $1.71 and $1.94 a mile, with the median being at $1.78. So let's do the range for the mileage. So 3,115 miles at the low end, $1.71 is $5,326.65. Well, now what he said he was going to give you 56?
56, yeah.
Okay, so let's do the high end, $1.94. $1.94 at the 3,115. That's $6,043. So between 53 and 6,000, with the median range being, let's see, $1.78 at 3,000, 55, about 55.50. So 5,600 is in between the range of what they're paying for that lane right now.
So that's okay.
I mean, right now, coming out of California for what's the commodity? What are you hauling? Like produce?
Yeah, I'm doing produce right now.
See if he can give you tell him 65 and then go high. Tell him 65 and then let him bump you down to 6,000.
What? What happened?
Tell him you want 65, and then he'll say, "Well, I can do it for 6." That way, you get more than what he says he's going to originally pay you.
All right. I hope she ain't signing papers on that shit yet.
Oh yeah, so yeah, call the niece first then.
Yeah. All right, I'll let you spend.
Okay.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Yep, no problem. All right. Okay, guys. You see what I just did? That was one of my carriers. And even though I'm not booking a load with him, they call me every now and then for like, is this a good price for this lane and stuff like that. So I give them the estimates and stuff, and then the broker told him he's going to give him 56, which is in the range of that. But I want to try to get him higher to like 6,000. So I told him tell the broker 65 and then negotiate then back down to 6,000. You see how that works? Okay, so let me get out of that. So what I was doing was going over the process with you guys of beginning dispatching. So what I was saying is for an independent dispatcher, the first thing you need to do is get a carrier. Number one, carrier acquisition, or getting the carrier under a dispatch agreement, like a contract between you and the carrier to move the loads. So one of the ways we do that, there are several ways we do that, but one of the ways is you can either, if you have a local truck stop near your home where you live, you can go to there and talk to truck drivers, carriers, owner operators. Another way, you can cold call on what's called a load board, using the truck search feature, which is what I'm going to do today for you guys. Call the carriers. And there's other ways too, like email campaigns, text campaigns, things like that. After that, once you get a carrier under agreement for whatever percentage that you're going to charge, between 5 and 10% is the range for independent dispatchers for their services. So once you get them under agreement, you get the dispatch agreement back, you get the profile back, and then you get other documents back that you're going to need to book loads of W-9, certificate of insurance, and MC authority. So for the dispatcher one-on-one process or workflow, this number one section, is there anyone who has or needs clarity of what to do for number one, for step one? To thoroughly understand that, what that means. And then Alfredo, if you could unmute yourself, are you back on the call, Alfredo? So no one has a question about the dispatch. Okay. So that's step one. After you get your dispatcher under agreement, get the profile back along with the other information, now you got to start looking for loads for them. And the most common area is load boards. This is an example of what a load board looks like. This is one of the ones that I have in the back office. It's called Internet Truck Stop, and we go over navigating that. Once you find the load, then the next step is booking the load with the broker or the shipper. So you call the broker or the shipper, have a dialogue with them, and then after you book the load, your carrier delivers the load. Now you can invoice your carrier. So that's the process. And then within each step of the process, there are many steps and things that you need to learn, and you'll pick them up along the way as you're dispatching. So, so let's stay in step one, because before you can do anything, you have to get past step one of acquiring or getting a carrier under an agreement. So, how is that done? So, one of the ways that I do it is Trucker Tab. This is the truck search feature on Trucker Tab. So we call the carriers, go over, give them a script as far as what to say to them. Are you under a load, or are you looking for a load? Things like that. So Alfredo, are you back with me? She's having trouble because I wanted to answer her question about the carrier package. She's past the stage of getting a carrier under agreement. Now she's in the stage of booking a load. And the broker sent the carrier packet to her, so she has questions about that, filling it out and things like that, and what that process is all about. Are you back with us, Alfredo? Can you unmute yourself? Is that you, Alfredo? Okay. Well, unmute yourself anytime, Alfredo. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this process here. Truckers Path is one of the load boards, and it's in the back office, one of the tools that we use to search for carriers, vet them out, and decide if we're going to call them to try to pitch and get them under a dispatch agreement. So this is Truckers Path. I'm going to copy and paste it for you guys like I always do, so you can have for yourself. And then my login credentials is available for members on the platform. So we log in. So you first log in, you'll come to this screen here. You see loads, truck search, GPS tracking. Click the load, click the truck search link. You're going to come to this search box area here, this gray area. I normally leave pickup as selected as all states, but if you have, as an independent dispatch, you have the choice to select any one state if you want to target a specific state. Otherwise, you increase your chances of getting carriers if you just leave all states selected. Equipment types, drop down. I click any to deselect everything, and then I select the 3 most often used equipment types to move freight. That is the 48 to 53 foot flatbeds, 53 foot dry vans, and 53 foot refrigerated vans, or what they call reefers. Does anybody have a question about what those are and what this means? Because every step I do, I want to make sure everybody's on the same page and we all can flow. Okay. Now under the flatbed section, sometimes you'll call a flatbed carrier. You may end up getting what's called a hot shot. A hot shot is a 40-foot flatbed trailer attached to a dually pickup truck. So, the dualies, the double wheels in the back of the pickup truck, they're either the Ram 350 or 3500s or 2500s, and there's a 40-foot trailer. So when you call a flatbed person thinking that they're either a 48 or a 53-foot flatbed, make sure you ask them, is your flatbed 48 or 53 foot? They'll say, oh, no, man, I'm a hot shot. So then you got to decide, do you want to continue and try to get this hot shot under the agreement as your first carrier, and then you just try to find them loads? Now, that's fine. You're just going to have a little bit more difficult time finding loads for the hot shot carriers. You can do that as your first carrier just to get that practice and get your feet wet. Or you can just move on and try to get another flatbed that's 48 or 53 feet. So those are the 3 equipment types that move the most freight. 48 or 53 foot flatbeds, 53 foot dry vans, and 53 foot reefers. Then I select, I hit the safety rating drop down, and then I unselect conditional and I leave satisfactory selected. The reason being, you want their safety rating to be all satisfactory. You don't want to have any issues with any of the sub features that make up the safety rating, and I'll show you that in a second, of the carrier when you call them. Hit search. Now your result set is going to change from 545 to something less, of course. because you only selected 3 equipment types as opposed to all the equipment types. So it's going to give you a different result set, something less than 545, and it groups it per page up to 50. If you notice here, 1 to 50 of whatever that is. So now we got 275, and again, they're grouped of 50, 275 carriers, and all their ratings, remember the safety ratings is satisfactory. So this person, and this is how you read this, they posted a certain time, the name of their company, their equipment type, their safety rating, their personal name, and then their phone number. So in each one, this person posted a minute ago, so these other ones too. If you scroll down, they've been there a little bit. So JS Trucking is the company, a reefer equipment type, satisfactory. They're all going to be satisfactory rating because you selected satisfactory as the safety rating. Their name, now this could be the name of a truck driver who drives for that company, or it could be the name of the owner operator of his own company. So when we further detail that, we'll see. And then the phone number. And then at the end of each one of these options, you got a drop down arrow. You click that, it's going to open up more detailed information about the specific one that you selected, JS Trucking. And then all these, remember I said the satisfactory ratings is made up of sub ratings like authority, operating, safety, insurance, things like that. So now we want to vet out this carrier to make sure that they are not part of a brokerage or an IEP. IEP is intermodal equipment provider, or you want to make sure that they're not part of a brokerage. You don't want a co-broker or a double broker. You want to make sure that they're just like a one-man team, a two-man team, owner-operator. So you copy their DOT or MC number is listed here, sometimes both. Other times it's either one or the other. In this case, it's a DOT. DOT stands for Department of Transportation. So I'm going to copy that number and then go to the SAFER website, which I'm going to give you guys that now. FMCSA has a way of, has a tool that you can use to look up DOT, MC, and the name of the trucking company. In this case, it was the DOT. So let me log out of this, my email real quick, so I can get some bandwidth. Okay, so we got DOT. So we select the DOT radio button, put that value that we have. I do that all the time. Let's copy that again. Put that value there. And now we come up with information about JS Trucking. So they got 2 power units or 2 trucks and 1 driver. They are just a carrier. You want to make sure that this line here, their entity type says just carrier and not carrier/broker or carrier/IEP or anything like that. So let's give 661-557. Let's give this gentleman or this gentleman a call. He's out in California now, so that's 12. It might be early for him, but let's see. And they are a reefer. So, and this is what you do. You call them and see if you can get them interested in dispatch agreement. This is what we do. Live calls.
Please leave your message for 661-557-4.
Okay, so this number here is different, I think, than the one that's here. So I'm gonna call this number as well. And that sometimes they call me back, but so now it's the same company, but it's a different number. This might be the corporate office. So all right, so that's an early number. Let's go to the next one here and vet this one out. We do the same process and techniques to vet them out. Good morning, Shanta. How are you? Welcome. Let's see, copy and paste the DOT. and it's stinking. So we got 3 trucks. Alejandra Valenzuela, the company. So let's see if, but Oscar here. So let's see what's going on with Oscar. He's in Indianapolis right now, but let's call his 951 number. He may be a driver for that company, leasing under their authority. So we got to play this kind of careful. Even though it's a California number, he looks like he's in Indianapolis. So right here. Hey, is this Oscar?
What's up?
Hey, are you under a load, Oscar, or are you looking for a load for your reefer truck?
What's up, man? I can't hear you.
I said, are you under a load, or are you looking for a load for your reefer today?
I'm looking for a load right now.
My name is Charles. I got your information off of Truckers Pass, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
What do you normally get for your loads for cents per mile? Like $2.50, $3, $2 a mile, $2.50 a mile, $3. What do you normally get?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
$2?
Yeah, like 2, 2.5.
Okay.
Depends.
Yeah, we're part of we're a national dispatchers network. What we do is we dispatch and find loads for carriers, and we find exactly what you ask for, and we don't call you unless we find that. So,
yeah.
Where do you normally like to run? You like to run the Midwest? Because I see you over in the Indianapolis area.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we do. It's like California, Midwest, and back.
Okay, so up and back. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I can find what you're looking for, would you be willing to at least consider what we got to offer to you?
Yeah, man. It all be considered. It depends. Yeah.
Okay. I got an email here of OLUQUE7@yahoo.com.
Yeah, that's correct.
I'll have one of my dispatchers reach out to you, and then they can explain further what we do for you. Okay.
All right, man. Let me know.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
That's what we do. Live carrier. This is my carrier. Real quick, call me back. Hold on. But I'm gonna get this to somebody. Who wants this guy? Okay, what's going on, Smooth?
Yo, oh, you busy? I ain't disturbing you, am I?
No, you on the recorded line. I'm having training, but that's fine. Go ahead.
Oh man, I ain't mean to do that, bro. It wasn't even that important. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
so what happened?
Oh, I hollered at the boy. He talking about he says, yeah. I said, you know, is that the best you can do? He's like, well, that's the most that I'm paying anyone. I said, well, you know, he said, you guys been pretty loyal to us. You know, I said, yeah, well, that's my name. You know what I mean? He says, let me look something up or some research. I'll call you back. What's that mean? You cut off?
No. What that means is he's gonna do exactly what I did. Go look up the range of rates and then come back with a better rate for you.
Oh, okay. I thought that was some broker shit, as in, you know, we ain't dealing with you no more. I'm like, all right.
No, he'll still deal with you because he got you. He'll still deal with you because he got you already set up with him, and
right.
You need a load, and he needs to book a load and make the money. So what you said 65? What did he say?
He's like, I didn't say 65. I said 58.
Okay, that's even better. And because that's even better because that's still within the range of the list that I gave you, the ranges.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let me know when he calls you back what he says. All right. All right. Okay, so my carrier didn't listen to me, but that's cool. He should have said 65. He would have got 6,000. He said 58. He undervalued his bidding or negotiating skills. But Michelle Davis, can you see the screen? Can you unmute yourself, Michelle? Michelle? Unless you can see the screen and copy down the information, take a screenshot of it or something, let me know if you can do that. Because before I move on, I want to make sure you got all the information about this person that you need. And I can copy it and paste it into your private, matter of fact, let me do that. Let me see what she says. But that's what we do. We call live carriers mainly for our members, particularly those who do not have carriers yet under agreement, who may be having a difficult time with the calling part. So, and then last training, I actually did a mock phone call to give people practice of what to say, how to say it. Is there anyone else who wants to try that to kind of break the ice, to get an idea of what to say and how to say it and what to do, so you can better tweak your technique of how a dispatcher and a carrier the dialogue. So, and if you do, let me know while I'm, either before or after I make another phone call for a carrier. So let me finish giving Michelle, and good luck with this one, Michelle. So that's what we do. Now I'm gonna refresh my screen, and then so I'm gonna refresh the screen here. Okay. And so I can put the most recently posted carriers who just got on to do that. In the meantime, Alfredo, are you on the call? You're welcome, Michelle. Alfredo, are you on the call? Are you able to unmute yourself? And it doesn't look like Alfredo. I may have to call Alfredo. Oh no, there she is. Unmute yourself. Is it Dantes? Can you unmute yourself, Dantes? And what software are you asking for? And also, are you a member of, if you are a member of the RBBS National Dispatchers Network, you have access to truckloads in their back office portal. This Dwayne person, I think I called this person already. Dwayne Bateman. I think he's a hot shot. Matter of fact, I know he's a hot shot. I'm not going to even waste time. Let's go here. Charles Smith, Reefer. Let's vet him out. Dantes, what software are you asking about? See what he says here. To unmute at the top of the Dantes, let me see if I can manually unmute you, Dantes, real quick. You are unmuted. Can you speak now? And then turn your volume up on your laptop or computer. But I unmuted you, Dantes, on my end at least. Yeah, Shanta said make sure you guys check your DocuSign documents, because she accidentally sent hers out to herself. That's probably why she wasn't getting anything returned. So make sure you do it properly. So let's vet out Charles Smith here as another call, and DOT, see what. Okay, he's a one-man guy in California. Welcome back, Marie. Okay, someone's unmuted. Okay, So he's a one-man guy. Let's call him up. He's a reefer, and see what's going on. So you're on the phone and not a computer, Dantes? Okay. Yeah, this training, all my trainings are recorded. And are you a member of RBBS, National Dispatchers Network? Just out of curiosity, while I'm calling this guy here. All right, 1 second. Of course, this number is a 772-7132. Is that a fax line? You're not part of the RBBS. Okay, all right. Oh, that's why. 772-713. Let me call him now. All right. It's 8 instead of 9.
Hello.
Hello, is this Charles?
Yeah.
How you doing, Charles? My name is Charles also. I'm with the Exodus Dispatching and Training and National Dispatchers Networks. Just calling to see, are you under a load or are you looking for a load today?
Who's that?
This is Charles with the Dispatching Network. I was calling to see if you needed a load. Are you under a load or are you looking for a load for your reefer?
No, I have a load. I'm unloading right now.
Are you're unloading right now?
Yep.
So do you have another load waiting for you or are you looking for one?
I have another load waiting in Michigan.
Oh, okay. So you're in Florida. You heading up to Michigan?
No, I'm in Virginia.
Are you in? Oh, so am I. I'm in Norfolk. Where you at in Virginia?
I'm in Lynchburg.
Oh, Lord, you way up there. Is it still snow up there, or is it raining, or what?
Nah, just drizzling.
Okay. So, what do you normally get for cents per mile? Like $2.50, $3 a mile. I know you got a reefer, so.
$3.
$3. That's what I thought. You know, the rates are they're terrible now, but they're starting to come back. So that $3 a mile is going to turn into a possibility. I would say around mid-March, to be honest with you. But if you I got your information off of Truckers Path. So $3 a mile. What lanes do you travel? You just travel that lane right there, that Virginia, Michigan, Florida lane, or you go all over?
Yeah, it's pretty much. Why? What do you have out of this area? Going to Florida?
You know what, man? I know you're a truck driver, so I know you. Florida, you know, I hate to send my carriers into Florida because it's hell getting out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to focus on as an independent dispatching firm. Because we have a large network, we try to focus on sending carriers to states where freight is good coming in and out, and we try to set you up with like some kind of triangular thing where that's always the case.
Right.
Or we try to set you up with your main customers where you always have that main load, your line haul load, and then we try to broker your back haul back to that load, that money loads. That's what we try to do. That way you're not always looking for something all over the place. You got a steady customer, and then you broker back to that steady customer. So you provide profit for your company a little bit better. That's what we focus on. So, but if we can find you good paying loads for that rate that you just said, about $3 a mile, and taking you to where you need to go, would you at least consider what we have to offer? You know, just look.
Oh yeah.
You said hell yeah. Okay, I got an email as sale.
Yeah.
Salefever at AOL.
Salefever, yeah.
Okay, Salefever.
Yeah.
You left the E off of there, but I know what it means though.
Yeah, because that was already taken.
Okay, gotcha.
Where you at?
We're all over the place. We have independent dispatchers all over. I'm specifically in the Norfolk, Virginia area, but I can put a dispatcher strategically in a state where's your home state at?
Florida.
Okay. Ooh, ouch. Jesus. Florida is terrible. Florida, I'm sorry, man. I hate to say that, but Florida is just terrible, man. Unless you got a customer down there that you can run for, Florida is terrible. I tell you what, I'll have one of my dispatchers reach out to you, and they'll go ahead and get some more information and talk to you about what we do and go from there. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm familiar with Norfolk. I used to live there.
Oh yeah? What are you military?
Yeah.
What was you at? What was you at? NOB or Oceana? What was you at? Little Creek?
No, I was at the beach. I was on a carrier.
Oh, which one? Truman?
American.
Ah. What's your rank? What was your rank when you got out? What was your E what?
E6.
E6. Okay. Oh, you cool then. All right. All right, Charles. I ain't gonna hold you up, man. I'll have my dispatcher reach out to you, man. Be safe out there. All right.
Yep.
And thank you for your service too, by the way.
No problem, man.
All right. You too. Take it easy. Okay, guys. You see that? That was a regular conversation with a carrier. I mean, with an owner operator. A regular conversation. And so we're talking about the military, where he's at. He was in Virginia. I'm in Norfolk right now. He's in Northern Virginia, in Lynchburg. I mean, hey. So, let's see. Is this Stacy? My Stacy? Stacy Stokes?
Yes.
Okay, this one's yours. You got a reefer guy. I warmed him up for you. I fattened him up for the kill. So, you okay with this one?
Yes. Can you send it to the chat group so I can get all the information?
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm a private you. Okay, Alfredo said having trouble staying. Okay, go. Yeah, sign in, Alfredo. I'll either call you or you can call me, Alfredo, and I will talk live on the training now, and I'll explain to everybody what you were trying to talk about with the carrier packet. In the meantime, let me let's see. This is Stacy. I'm gonna say something. Is that you right there, Stacy? I just said hello privately.
Charles, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Alfredo.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and talk about what you talked to me about yesterday with the carrier packet while I type in this information for Stacy, okay?
Okay. I currently have one carrier signed up, and he's been very, very difficult to find a load for. When you find a load, I called, I guess it was a broker, and they asked me to send over a carrier packet. Well, I kind of just froze because I didn't know. I knew that I was to gather my carrier packets from potential carriers, but I didn't know that I had to send a carrier packet to the broker. So that's when I froze because I didn't know what to do at that point, and I called you, Charles, to find out what it is I needed to do. And as I understand it now, each time you sign up a carrier, if that carrier is not already signed up with that shipper or with the broker, then they're going to be requesting a carrier package. Am I correct in assuming that?
Right. So let me take over from there.
Great.
The process is, and stay on the line too, Alfredo. The process is, once you get a carrier under an agreement, as an independent dispatcher, you got that contract between you and the carrier to find loads and things like that. You got all your information back for your carrier that you need in order to book loads normally, regularly. Remember those documents I keep telling about? The W-9, the MC authority letter, and the certificate of insurance. You put that in your file folder and you go, you keep that on hand. So you call a broker like Alfredo did, call the broker about a specific load that you and your carrier agreed upon or saw or have interest in. So
that is.
The broker's going to say, okay, well, you're going to say, hey, I'm interested in load going from such and such to such and such, or from A to B. And is it still available? That's one thing you say. I'm interested in a load going from Houston to Oklahoma City. Is it still available for a drive-in or reefer or whatever the equipment type is? The broker's going to say either one or two things. Yes, it's still available. What's your MC number? Or he's going to say, no, that load's been covered. I'll take that post down or whatever. Like I did, like you saw me today with me and Tayshawn, we looking at a load. The load was already gone, but it was still posted on the board because the broker hasn't taken that posting down yet on that specific load board. Okay. Anyway, let's say for the sake of argument that when you ask the broker, is that load still available for that one that you and your carrier were looking at and you showed interest in, he says, yeah, it's still available. What's the MC number? What's your MC number? So now you already got your carrier under the agreement, so go ahead and give the broker the MC number. What the broker is going to do is take that MC number, put it in their system, whether their transportation management system or whatever database that they're using to see if your carrier's MC number shows up in their system as being set up with them already. If it is, then they will not need to send you a carrier packet to fill out. If it is not, they're going to say, hey, I see you're not set up with us, but that's an easy process. What email address do I need to send the carrier packet to for you guys to fill out and return to us? You give them your email address because you are the independent dispatcher, so you want to be the middleman, the go-between between the carrier and the broker with all the paperwork and everything, make sure everything checks out, make sure the broker is not taking advantage of your carrier. So you give the broker your email address, the broker's going to email you the carrier packet either in one of two forms, maybe more, but one of two common ways is a PDF to open up, print out, and fill out for your carrier, or a link to a website to go to fill out the carrier packet. So you fill out the carrier packet, you return that, you reply to that email, you know, either through the website or attach the PDF back to another email and reply to the broker's email, along with a copy of the carrier's W-9, a copy of the carrier's MC authority letter, and a copy of the carrier's certificate of insurance. What does that look like? Let me show you. For those of you who, here's some forms. Okay, so the first thing was, yeah, it's faster when the carrier packets are electronic because you just go on the website, a link, fill it out, and go from there. So here's a sample of a carrier packet, and it's just it's a condensed version of it. I put the first page and the last page of the carrier packet onto one page just to give you an idea. And this could be about 5 or 6 pages, but the first part of the broker-carrier agreement is right here. It has all the information in it. As a matter of fact, let me give you a better version of one. Okay. So here's one from the brokerage that I'm under. When I send out carrier packets to trucking companies to get them to sign up with the brokerage, and this is going to be going over tonight in Freight Broker one-on-one training for beginners, those members who signed up for that and who want to be brokers or broker agents, freight broker agents. It's carrier packet, business contact information, and then it's telling you to send over what you need, insurance requests, carrier references, authority, W-9, you're going to need a W-9 to send to the broker of the carrier, their profile, what equipment type you have, things like that, the payment options of the broker. They're going to ask 1 day pay at 7%, 7 day pay 5%, or 28 day pay, no fees. So each broker has a specific payment options. ACH transfer, you need a routing number, either in a checking or a savings account number and the routing number of the company, the bank. MC authority. So So the carrier packet, let's see, don't save, contains the broker carrier agreement. You fill this out, date, day, month, and year, the name of your trucking company. The broker's going to have their name, your MC or DOT goes in there. And in the middle of the carrier pack, you're going to have information about payment options. You're going to have information about the type of insurance that the broker requires the carrier to have. In most cases, it's going to be cargo. It's going to be $100,000. And liability is usually, the minimum is going to be like $1 million. And then at the end of it, the broker's going to have their information signed, and then the carrier's information signs here. If your carrier allows you to sign their carrier packets, their sign-on package for them, then go ahead. It just speeds the process up as opposed to you getting the carrier packet from the broker, sending it to your carrier, waiting for them to fill it out, send it back to you, then you sending it back to the broker. That's kind of a slow process. If you get your carrier's permission, say, hey, yeah, you can go ahead and do that for me. That's why I pay you. So you go ahead and do that for them. Send that back to the broker along with the MC authority letter, the W-9, and the certificate of insurance. And also, there's one more thing. If your carrier has a factoring company, there's also going to be an NOA form. An NOA stands for Notice of Assignment. The broker fills that out, sends it back to you guys. You send it to your carrier's factoring company. What that does is it runs the credit. The factoring company is running the credit as a protection of your carrier. They're running the credit on the broker to make sure that they pay on time, that there's no issues, no red flags in the broker having issues with paying carriers. So once that comes back good, then now the broker is going to enter all the information you sent into their system, send it to their compliance team for approval, come back and say, hey, yeah, you've been approved. You're set up with us now. Let me produce or send over to you what's called a rate confirmation or a rate con sheet for you to sign. So that's the second process. So the rate con sheet, you want to make sure that the information on the rate confirmation, this is a sample copy of a rate confirmation sheet. The information on the rate confirmation as far as what is paying, the amount it's paying, matches what was on the load board of that load when it was posted. So because once you sign the rate confirmation sheet and send it back to the broker, now you're under that load. You're responsible for that load. And if you cancel that load, there could be certain penalties, and you have to read that in the carrier packet. You see certain things. That's why you peruse the carrier packet a little bit, looking for the fine print. They may talk about lumper fees and what they charge for this. They may talk about how much you will be charged if you book a load and then you turn around and cancel the load. The same thing with the broker. If you book a load with a broker and they turn around and cancel the load on you, you could charge them what's called a TONU fee, which is about $250. TONU stands for Truck Ordered Not Used. What that means is, now if you fill out the carrier packet and the broker cancels the load, there's no TONU fee and there's no penalty to the broker because you haven't officially booked the load. All you're doing is filling out the carrier packet to get set up with that brokerage. You haven't officially booked a load. You're just getting set up to be allowed to book a load for that brokerage on that specific load and going forward with that broker of other loads. It's not until you sign a rate confirmation sheet where you are officially under that specific load for that brokerage, for that load. So when a person says, because I had someone ask me a question saying, hey Charles, I'm filling out the carrier packet, and the broker called me and said, well, that load's been canceled. What recourse do I have? I said, well, you didn't sign a rate confirmation, so you have no recourse. They may have found someone else to move the load for a cheaper rate. So it is not until you get the rate confirmation sheet back, signed, and send it to the broker that you're under that load for that specific carrier and for that specific broker. And then if that broker calls and say, hey, that load has been, it's been canceled, it's been changed over, someone else took the load, but you got to sign rate confirmation, that sheet, that's your evidence. So now you can charge a TONU. You can invoice them TONU, Truck Order Not Used, for $250, which means your carrier gets paid $250 for booking the load, but it never got ran because he may have driven to that location to pick that load up. but it's already been picked up. It's already been booked. So he just wasted fuel. So the $250 helps cover that. So did that help Alfredo and anyone else with the carrier packet?
Yes, it did. So, Charles, what I would do is, for myself, I don't know about anybody else, what I need to do is kind of back up and include in the initial contact with a carrier. Then I think one of the things we need to be asking for in the initial interview, so to speak, if they have a factor. And if they have a factor, then we need them to give us that information. And or if they say no, they don't have a factor, then we should be asking them for their banking information? And
no.
Okay.
No, well, yes and no, but you only ask for the, well, if let's say you get a carrier under a dispatch agreement with you, and they do not have a factory company. So they're gonna so you're gonna be wondering, well, how is he gonna get paid? Hold on one second, guys. Yeah, Mom.
Okay.
Okay, so if you got a carrier, sorry about that. If you got a carrier and you sign them up for a dispatch agreement, but they don't have a factory company, well, then you want to, he's wondering, well, how am I going to get paid? Well, the only other way you're going to get paid is through the brokerage's payment options, and it could be one of three payment options: the 1 to 2 day quick pay, and they're going to charge a percentage for that. About anywhere between 5 and 7%. Then you have option number 2, a 5 to 7 day ACH transfer, which is what Alfredo just mentioned, of the wire transfer into a checking or savings account, where you're going to either need a voided check or you're going to need the routing number and the account number of where you want that money deposited. And then option number 3 is the 15, 28 days, 30 days pay. In the carrier packet when you are initially setting up the carrier. And assuming that they don't have a factoring company, then you run that by the carrier when you're filling out the carrier packet, saying which option do you want to select, and he or she will let you know that. Okay.
Okay, so each time you have to do this for a different broker, you're to communicate that with the carrier up front when you tell them, hey, look, I possibly have found the load for you. Okay, but this company, the payment options are blah 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 blah, and you tell me how you want me to fill this out, or do I send that to the carrier?
Well, you can send it to the carrier initially, or you can let them know, And now, are you saying this is for a carrier that does not have a factoring company?
Yes, I'm just asking the question so that when I come up against this, I'll know what to do and how to, because nowadays with all the fraud and stuff going on, nobody really wants to be handing off their banking information to somebody they don't know.
Exactly. So for every broker for every load you come across, and if your carrier who does not have a factoring company is not set up with that broker yet, and you receive the carrier packet and it shows those options, contact your carrier, let them know, hey, I'm gonna send this part of the and you can just send that page to them. You don't got to send the whole packet to them. Just send that page to them that shows, that they have to enter that banking information and all that other specific stuff, so they can have privy to that. And let them send it to the broker themselves instead of sending it back to you if they don't want you to see that information.
Okay, gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Now with me, I have relationships with my carriers. I got they say, yeah, fill it out, and if you need a voided check, I'll send you a voided check. And that's what they do. They'll just they'll take a picture of a voided check, and then I'll just upload that,
Okay. Okay, so that's a part of getting organized and staying organized, being able to move as quick as possible, because like we see when we're looking for these loads, if you are dealing with a new carrier and you haven't gotten that carrier set up with that particular broker that you are dealing with at that particular moment, you could possibly lose the load based on how slow you are at getting the carrier packet back to the broker.
Right. Especially if you got brokers who don't. Some brokers, they will hold a load for you. Others will not. So, and the percentage of that is about 70-30. 70% of them won't hold a load for you. About 30% will. So, but remember, with the carrier packet, for each broker that you fill out the carrier packet for, you're only going to have to do that one time. After you set that carrier up under whatever broker you set them up under, fill out the carrier packet and sending them back the information and getting approved, you're going to do that one time. Once you get set up with a broker for your carrier one time, everything else is just rate confirmations. You ain't got to deal with filling out carrier packets for that broker again. But when you go back to that same broker after getting set up with them for another load, you don't got to do a carrier packet again. You just get rate confirmations. So say you run 10 loads for one broker, you do one carrier packet, the other 9 is rate confirmations. You ain't got to fill out no carrier packets anymore. So,
okay.
All right.
Okay.
Someone wants me to go over the carrier agreement to make sure putting name in the correct place. Okay. Yeah, make sure you send a dispatch agreement and profile. Someone's all right. So dispatch agreement, carrier agreement. So someone wants to a little bit of explanation on that. So let's open up. For those who are new, also, this is my dispatch agreement, my logo, what have you, things like that. So when you get carriers under agreement, this is what you'll send them initially, a dispatch agreement and a profile. Let me open up the profile as well. So let me go over the dispatch agreement first. So with the dispatch agreement, it is basically the contract that makes you and the carrier legal. So and your logo could go here. Mine just happened to be here for my company. Dispatcher, your name goes here. Your phone number as an independent dispatcher. Your email address. If you have a website, your website. And you can follow, like this is in the back office of my website portal. Under forms and documents, I believe you can get a copy. You can follow this template, and you can tweak it for yourself how you want. I'll just give you an example of how mine look. Service dispatch agreement. Right here, and this is the carrier, ABC Trucking, for example, and it says in parentheses the carrier. So that's who goes here. The carrier's information goes there. Owner, operator of truck number, whatever their truck number, whatever their trailer number, whatever their MC and DOT number is. MC is motor carrier number. DOT is Department of Transportation number. Those numbers uniquely identify each and every owner, operator, carrier, truck driver that's running on the roads today. Everyone has a unique MC number. Everyone has a unique DOT number so they can be identified with FMCSA, DOT, IRS, even when you're doing taxes or whatever. Okay, so the truck driver, all this stuff here, hereby grants authorization or permission to, your name goes here, this is just my name, to act as my agent a representative, or however you want to say it, for the sole purpose of searching for and booking loads, which is what we do on the load boards, finding the loads, processing all broker paperwork, that's the carrier package, the rate confirmation, that is brokerage paperwork, and submitting all necessary documents in order to expedite and dispatch, which is the MC Authority, W-9, certificate of insurance. Those are all the other necessary documents that you're going to need. Every time you call it, or every time you book a load through a broker or a shipper for your dispatch agreed upon carrier, you need to send in, along with the carrier packet that you filled out, copies of the W-9, certificate of insurance, and the MC Authority. Why? Why is this required every time? The W-9 is required because on the W-9 it shows the carrier's EIN number of them doing business, having a business. It shows their information. This is a copy of a W-9, in case people do not know what that looks like. This is a W-9. It's going to have in line 1 the carrier's name, their personal name as it appears on the IRS form where they file taxes. Line 2 is going to have their business name, doing business as DBA ABC Trucking. Line 3 is going to have one of these legal structure types of their carrier company, whether it's an individual sole proprietor or single member LLC, C corporation, S corporation, partnership, or whichever one that they decide to do. Limited liability, whether it's an S corp, C corp, or P, they put that there. Lines 5 and 6 is going to have the carrier company's home, street address, city, state, and zip. And then down here in part 1, it's going to have, typically it's going to have an EIN number. It's not going to have their social, especially if they get it tied to their company. You don't want your personal social tied to your business. So you go to irs.gov and get a EIN number for your business name. And that's when you put that there on the W-9. And then part 2, you just basically sign and date. And that's it for a W-9. But this is for tax purposes. So that's one of the documents that's needed under here, submitting all necessary documents required to expedite. That's W-9. The next document, of course, is the MC Authority. This is what the MC Authority letter looks like. It's submitted by the Department of Transportation through the FMCSA. FMCSA stands for Motor Carrier Safety Administration. They kind of like oversee and kind of police the transportation industry. That's why each carrier owner operator gets a unique MC number and a unique DOT number, so they can uniquely identify that carrier or that carrier's company or business with that number. So when you look up a carrier by their MC or DOT number, you'll get that information about that specific carrier, their home address, where they're based out of, their equipment type, things like that. That's the whole purpose of that. And there are different types of MC authorities for carriers. There's the most common one, obviously, is common carrier. A common carrier MC number is a carrier or trucker or truck driver or owner operator who can haul loads for anybody. That's a common carrier. The other type is a contracted carrier. They're contracted to a specific company. They have a specific customer to run loads for them. And then you have a passenger MC number. If you notice those large buses, like they call them the Chinese buses that take people to like New York, tour buses, those are passenger MC numbers. And then you have what's called an HHG, household good. So that's what that's the type of authority. Michelle asked, do I ask for the W-9 and MC papers when I send my first? You can, yeah, you can, Michelle. Remember the body, the email body that I sent copies of to you guys when you send out the dispatch agreement and profile, to put in the body of the email when you send that dispatch agreement and profile? I think it mentions that in there. Let me open that up for you, Michelle, and everybody else. Dispatch agreement, email body, carrier body. So when you send out, this is what goes in the body. This is what I put in the body of the email. So in there, it's asking right there, please reply to the email with the returned carrier agreement and profile. And then in red, along with MC Authority, Certificate of Insurance, and W-9. So you're asking for it right there as well. Okay? All right. So that's number one. Number one was the W-9, the extra document that gets returned with the dispatch agreement and profile. Number two is the MC Authority letter, which is this. And then number three is the Certificate of Insurance. You're welcome, Michelle. Certificate of Insurance, COI. This is an example of what a certificate of insurance looks like. Every carrier has it. If a carrier does not have a certificate of liability insurance, they should not be running on the road right now driving their trucks. So this is what a certificate of insurance looks like. Up here is the producer, the insurance company. The insured is the trucking company or the trucker. Over here is the insurance agent information, their contact phone, name, email, fax. And then down in here, this is an important area. The policy number is listed for each type of coverage. Usually it's going to be the same policy number, whether it's cargo or liability, and the amounts. So, and then the expiration date. So, and then down here you have certificate holder. This is where when you call a broker on the load and you want to book a load and you send a certificate of insurance, sometimes brokers will say, we need to be listed on the certificate of insurance as the certificate holder. That's what they mean right here. So what you would do is call the insurance agent for your carrier and say, hey, Mr. Agent or Mrs. Agent, I need a certificate of insurance for one of your clients, policy number ABCDEFG123, whatever the policy number is, so they can verify that. And then they'll say, yeah, I need a certificate of insurance listing the following as the certificate holder. And then here you're gonna put in the email the name of the brokerage, the street address, city, state, and zip. So when the insurance agent gets that, all they're gonna do is just reproduce a certificate of insurance with that information right here, listing that broker as a certificate holder. That's it. That's all that's necessary to make a broker a certificate of insurance. A certificate holder on your carrier's certificate of insurance. There's nothing hard about that part. Charles Smith email again. Stacy. Is that the sale favor thing?
Yeah, I talked to him and everything, but my computer froze up, so I had to reboot it, so I lost everything.
Okay, yeah. There's the email right there.
All right, thank you.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is the third one, the certificate of insurance. We got the W-9, certificate of insurance, and MC authority. So those are the forms that you send along with, and you put this in the body of the email. So that's how you do it. So in other words, let's produce a dummy email. I just got a text from one of my carriers looking for a load. He said he's heading to Albuquerque on Monday to drop Thursday. So he wants, I guess, me to find him a load. So, so that's what you do. So how do you do that? Literally. I'm going to show you literally how to do that, right? After I go through the agreement right here, let's finish up the dispatch agreement. So we left off right here, obtaining, submitting all forms, those forms, along with the dispatch agreement and profile, the MC authority, W-9, and certificate of insurance. And then he puts his license plates here and the state of his operating, and this is the carrier. Next, all billing, invoicing, and collections of revenues from customers, brokers, shippers, consignees, etc., are the sole responsibility of the carrier. In other words, the carrier invoices the broker, or the carrier sends the BOL or bill of lading or the delivery receipt once he's delivered to his factory company to get paid. Either way, the carrier does that. Now, you can take on that responsibility, that extra work if you want to, but I recommend you would then change your percentage charge that you charge, because that's more work. So, but in the dispatch agreement, you're saying that the carrier is responsible for all that, invoicing the broker to get paid and invoicing the for the factoring company to get paid. Now that invoicing is different from the invoice you're going to send the carrier once they're getting paid. So I don't want you guys to get confused with that. The invoice that you invoice, this invoice, what I'm talking about is the carrier invoicing the broker or the factoring company so they can get paid on that load. The invoicing that you do as an independent dispatcher, you're invoicing the carrier, so once they get paid, you can get paid. So you need to understand the difference. If revenue for a shipment is uncollectible, then your name goes here. The dispatcher will be held harmless and no penalty or deduction of fees will be made. In other words, you're excluded from that liability right there. So in other words, if a broker or shipper does not pay the carrier, you're harmless in that. And you should be, because you have nothing to do with that. You're just a dispatcher who found the load for your carrier. The broker or the shipper is responsible for paying that carrier for delivering, picking up and delivering that load, not the dispatcher. So the reason why it's in the dispatcher agreement, because it needs to be documented. So the carrier agrees to maintain all proper licenses and permits, basically his MC authority, certificate of insurance, things like that, for conducting business as a carrier in the area of intended operation, pretty much all over the country. If they are interstate, if their MC authority is interstate, then all over the country. If it's intrastate, then it's just within the state that they reside. Okay. Additionally, carrier agrees to maintain general liability and cargo insurance at the amounts set forth by the home state. I just showed you that on the insurance, certificate of insurance. So, and that's a common thread there in the agreement as well. Your name here, dispatcher, whoever that is, will be held harmless in the event of any and all claims. In other words, if a claim is filed against the carrier, you won't be included in that. You won't get caught up in that turmoil. So if there's a claim for an accident, if there's a claim for damaged freight, the dispatcher will be totally oblivious to that. It's all on the carrier. It has nothing to do with the dispatcher. You're not taking possession of the load. You're not taking possession of the freight. You're just finding the load and booking the load for the carrier. But this needs to be documented so everyone understands that. Because if it's not, then there's a little ambiguity there, a little unknown. So that's why it's there. And then, of course, whatever your fee is, the fee for dispatching, the fee for carrier dispatching services, 10%. The range is between 5 and 10. So whatever you want to charge. As loads are picked up, delivered, and the carrier paid first, an amount equal to the above stated percentage or pricing scheme will be payable to you, the dispatcher, and that amount equal to the above, that amount here, 10% of that amount. So if it's $3,000 that you found a load for them, then you're getting, assuming that we're using the 10% as an example, you'll get $300. So it'll be payable to you, and then whatever payment scheme that you use to get paid under, whether it's PayPal, whether it's Square, however you guys set it up, because this is your business. So you need to set up your payment scheme how you see comfortable, how you see fit. I use PayPal. Others use Square. I haven't had trouble with PayPal to date. I got a Square account as well, but I just use PayPal more so than I use Square. Payments to the dispatcher once carriers paid are conveniently paid with any debit or credit card via PayPal. You can say via Square. That's my PayPal handle, email. So, and then here's where the carrier puts their phone number and email address. That's the carrier's, not yours. And then either party has the right to end this agreement without cause at any time within 7 days by written notice. Because this is a non-exclusive, it's not locked in kind of agreement. This agreement says that if I find you a load and you agree to take the load, then you're bound to pay me by that percentage rate. Otherwise, you don't have to pay me. Because I find your load, you don't have to take the load. Once you take the load, Mr. Carrier, then you're responsible for the percentage of that service. So, company, carrier puts the name of their company, carrier signs it, dates it, and then prints their name. And that's it for the dispatch agreement. That's one thing that you send. The other thing that you send is the profile. The carrier profile, The purpose of the carrier profile is the carrier telling you how they want to run, giving you specific information that you're going to need as a dispatcher. So when you search for loads, you can cater your load search to the profile because you're giving them exactly what they're asking for. So the carrier fills this out. Again, this is my logo. You put yours there, carrier preference sheet, carrier's name, their home, city, and state. And then you ask them a few questions. And it's pretty straightforward, one page. Do you travel in the mountains, yes or no? What's your equipment type? The three common ones, flatbed, dry vans, or reefers, whether it's 48 or 53 feet, they'll put that there. They'll even put their do you do long haul, yes or no? If so, what states? Do you do short hauls, yes or no? Do you do heavy hauls, yes or no? What is the maximum or max load capacity on your trailer? For a flatbed, it's like 48,000. For dry vans or reefers, it could be like 45,000, something like that. Or they may put down there a weight less than their max because they don't want to be hauling at their max weight because then that interferes with fuel costs and things like that. So, and that's a smart thing to do as a carrier. You don't want to put down your maximum weight. You want to put down weight maybe a few thousand, 3,000 pounds less than what you actually can haul at because now you're saving on fuel costs, especially if you're climbing mountains. So if you're climbing mountains at that max weight on those slopes, that's burning a lot more fuel. So what days do you like off? They put that there. And then, of course, the highlighted questions, how much money do you need to move your truck? In other words, what's your CPM? $2 a mile, $3 a mile, or whatever that is. And then any other additional comments. So any questions to this point about that process, about the dispatch agreement and profile? No questions. I'm going to show you everything that I just explained to you. I'm going to show you how I do it. And it's pretty straightforward. It's nothing real scientific or complicated about it. It's pretty common, straightforward thing to do. So what I do is I'll compose an email, and let's just say I'm gonna make to myself. I'll just say dispatcher agreement, and profile. And then I'll attach the dispatch agreement and profile. So I'll attach the profile PDF and the dispatch agreement PDF. And then in the body of the email, I will put this little script that I produced, and I think I sent it to a couple weeks ago, a couple trainings ago, people who asked for it so they can kind of tweak it for their business. So we send out to, and that goes in the body of, and then I just hit send. So I got the dispatch agreement and profile, I got the email address who I want to send it to, and then I got the subject line, and then it's in here it's saying send back this along with MC Authority, Certificate of Insurance, and W-9. And then I give examples of what I'm asking for, my percentage, a little bit about me. Make it look as professional as you can. So there. All right. Any questions about that? And I hit send. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this because I don't want to send that draft. All right. All right. So any questions about that process? Because it's Q&A time right now. It's about 15 minutes to 1. So any questions about that process? And then are there any guests on here who have general questions about the process as well? Someone type something in here. DocuSign is not free. You can get a trial version of DocuSign. You can sign up for DocuSign to get a trial version and use DocuSign. I send some of my dispatch agreements out with or without DocuSign, and I get them back with or without DocuSign. Like a couple weekends ago, I sent like 5 out, just raw. Raw meaning like just attached PDF dispatch agreement and profiles to an email. What I just showed you there, sent it out and then got some back. So, and then DocuSign kind of, it speeds up the process in a sense where it kind of eliminates the need for follow-up calls. You know, when you're wondering why you send out dispatch agreements and then you wonder why you haven't gotten them back, so you call after a couple of days asking the carriers, you know, about the dispatch agreement that you sent out just to see if they're still interested. My take on that is, you know, if a carrier really wants to have a dispatcher help them find loads, they'll get that dispatch agreement back to you as soon as they can. So I will focus my energy or my energies on the next potential carrier who really wants to do that. So, okay. But DocuSign offers a trial, a free trial to sign up under. And it should have it up in the corner. So, but DocuSign is free. So you can sign up for the trial version. This is DocuSign. You log in, you upload a specific document that you want to edit the fields for before emailing it out to potential signers. It's an e-signature software. So, okay. Let's do this. Back to carrier. All right, guys. Any more questions? I'm gonna cut this one short. You know, I'm trying to cut it short before 1 because I need to get over to the hospital. My mom is being discharged today, so I want to be there for that process. I need a logo for my company. Logos for companies. You can go to like you can Google like sample logos or go to pexels.com or something like that. Sample logo images, and then you just do searches for them. You could look for different logos. You could put in the type of business, like up here, and then go from there. Or you can get with the lady who made my Alice. I think her name was Alice. She's on Facebook in the RBBS chat group. She could she made my logo. So, any other questions? Any questions about signing up for the platform that someone has? Any clarity about that, or because I got someone that signed up today. So when you do sign up, let me do this while I got you guys on the phone, or not on the phone, on the call. For those who do sign up, what we do, so or what I do. So I'm looking forward to Marie, Mac, and I forget the other person who was saying that they want to sign up. Amanda signed up. Thank you, Amanda. So, but for those of you who are oh, by the way, I want to announce that I'm still working on the sub dispatchers under me, I guess, call center where people who are under me, the call center, we call and get, because there are other dispatching companies who call me and say, well, I'll pay you to find carriers for me. So I'm like, okay. So we find a carrier, charge them like maybe $150. They got to send us their dispatch agreement and profile. We bring it into the company. The sub dispatchers under me, and this is just an idea now. It hasn't come to fruition yet. This is an idea. You guys find the carriers, get them under, just send a dispatch agreement to them. Once they send it back to us, we make sure that we receive it, and then we forward it to the customer who is another dispatching company, they pay us the $150 for that service. You guys get $100 of that, I get $50, or you might get even more. I may give you $125 and I get $25 or something like that because you did most of the work. It's not going to be a 50-50 split. It's more like going to be like a you get more than I do kind of split. So, and then there's other things too. Say an independent company say, okay, well you found us a carrier, but can you help us find loads too, book loads? So that's even more opportunity now. So that will come as you guys get more experience booking loads for your own company. You can actually make another source of income helping other dispatching firms find their trucks and find loads and book loads for them for a fee. So it's like you're outsourcing your skill set. So you're honing your skills, getting paid for your own customers, as well as helping another dispatching firm out who's willing to pay you for your service too. So let me open that up. I think I had a things to do. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, things to do. I was just putting it down. So independent dispatching companies who are not members of Dispatcher 101 but need to get carriers under a dispatcher agreement, we offer that service for $150 per carrier. We need a contract signed between us and a copy of your carrier agreement and profile to send to the potential carriers. So number one, I'm putting it into contract form. So there's going to be a contract between Exodus and sub-dispatchers under me and the other independent dispatching firms who want to agree for that service to be provided for them. And the fee is either going to be $150 or more, maybe $200, but $150 to find that carrier, get them under agreement. They have to send the dispatch agreement to us, sign the contract, and then we find the carrier for them. Once we find the carrier sends back, we send the carrier the agreement, the carrier sends it back to us. We send it, it's going to be, the carrier sends the agreement back to us, but it's going to be our client's dispatch agreement because we sent our client's dispatch agreement to the carrier initially to fill out in return. So once they send it back to us, now that's our invoice basically because we're going to send it to our client who's another dispatching firm who needed the carrier, and then we're going to send that to them along with our invoice. They're going to pay us for that service. That's how that works. And then you guys get 100, I get 50 or whatever we decide on. And then number two, members of Dispatcher, now this is for members of Dispatcher 101 who want to earn extra income while waiting to move loads for their own agreed upon carriers, can assist Exodus in finding carriers for our clients. I don't know what's going on with my typing today. And our clients are other, and this is just, I'm just putting this down, other dispatching firms. Just putting this down so we'll know. We need a signed contract between us, and commission split would be 100 to the sub-dispatchers and 50 to Exodus. So I'm just throwing it out there right now just to get an idea. I'm just trying to put it all together, document it, get it out there, advertise it, market it, and see who has interest in it. So there you go. Are there any other questions, concerns? Someone has a comment here. Okay, got it, RG. And that wasn't my intent, RG. I just figure, and I don't know, and this is going to be commission. It's going to be commission based for the sub dispatchers. You know, it's not going to be like a call center, like a brick and mortar call center. It's more going to be like a work from home call center where sub dispatchers under me will contract under me as sub dispatchers, but you're working from home in addition to working from home anyway. as your own dispatching firm, you just have an opportunity to go out there and find carriers for another dispatching and get paid for that service too, while you're trying to book loads for yourself as well. So there you go. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Free market economy. So everybody, and I understand too. I understand. Yeah. And I don't see her in here anymore, RG. So even if she was, it's not a big deal. But yeah. But I'm gonna announce it, or I'm going to keep it in the Dispatcher 101 member only sphere. Even she's in Dispatcher 101 because I trained that call center, some of the members of that call center as well. So, but yeah. So whatever pricing point they have is their pricing point, and then my pricing point is because I got dispatching firms who are like waiting. I got one dispatching firm who needs 500 to 1,000 carriers under dispatch agreement for her or their firm. So can you imagine 500 to 1,000 carriers at $150 a carrier? So any other questions, concerns? Okay. I look forward to it, RG, and thank you. Yeah, we're trying to evolve and come up with innovative ways to work this dispatching space. Also tonight, I am having my inaugural Freight Broker Training 101 from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have 6 people who signed up already and already enrolled, paid for it. So we're going to have an introduction thing, talk about who we are, what we're going to be doing moving forward. So it's just going to be an introduction thing. Make sure that they can log into the Freight Broker 101 training for beginners area. Because I changed the login way, how they log in and things like that. So, and with Freight Broker training, you'll train for as long as you want, and you also have an opportunity, if you advance enough in the training, to be able to work under a brokerage as an agent to earn your own income that way and build your book of business. And while you're training, I work under a brokerage as well, and my commission split is 70-30. So while I'm training those people who signed up, if they happen to find shippers and we get them signed up under the brokerage that I'm under, I'll split my 70% commission that I already get from the brokerage that I'm under. I'll split it 50-50. So you get 35%. I get 35% for that customer that you brought on board with while you were going through the training of Freight Broker 101. And then when you're ready to leave and work under a brokerage, you take that customer with you. And your commission split goes away because now you're going to go work under somebody else, and then whatever they hire you under, 60-40, 70-30, or whatever. So it's a good incentive. So you're earning while you're learning realistically. You're getting the training, you're calling shippers. So while you're being trained, and you call a shipper and say, hey, the shipper say, yeah, send me a shipper packet. You send them the shipper packet of the company that I'm under, and we get them set up under us. We process that, post their loads, book their loads with our approved carriers. Once they're paid, once we get paid, I get my 70% commission from the brokerage, and then I split that 70% commission with the student under Freight Broker 101 who brought that customer under the brokerage. And that's for every load that's booked. So say a student brought a customer who had good paying loads, and we booked 5 loads a week. And it paid, I got $100 off of that. 5 loads a week. Every time I book the load, we posted the load. We got a call from the carrier, got them set up, got the load tender, booked the load, things like that. So you have an opportunity to get paid. And I'm going to explain that to those who've already enrolled into the Freight Broker Training 101 for beginners. And you guys can tune in as guests, but the ones who are members, they'll have access to the back office area, but and they'll be offered that extra incentive as they've already enrolled, so they're paying members. So, but any other questions? Someone unmuted themselves.
What time is tonight's training again, please?
Tonight's training is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Okay, thanks.
Who's it, Alfredo?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're going to tune in as a guest?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put it out in the Dispatcher 101, and I got a Freight Broker 101 Facebook group too, training for beginners and chat group. So, okay. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go discharge my mom from the hospital.
Okay.
Are there any other questions before I leave?
Not at the moment. Have a good one.
All right, guys. Wish me luck. You know how hospitals are, so.
Yep.
All right. Take care. See you guys on Monday for Dispatcher 101 training. So. All right.